Hi Daniel, win at the Riverside Stadium today. Was it a game where you had to win the physical battle day first to get the 3 points?
Yes, it was important to make out of this game our game, without any doubt. But it says a lot about the size of the task. Middlesbrough is a tough place to go, and they were 8 games unbeaten in the last 7 games. They've just conceded one goal, and this says a lot about the size of the task. And then to travel back, with 3 points with a clean sheet win, feels massive. And of course, you also have to accept the style of Middlesbrough, because they are pretty man-oriented. They play more or less man against man over the pitch. You have to win the physical battles in the offense and the defense, and not many teams are able to win 3 points against them, and especially not on the road. And for that, we are pretty pleased that we were capable to handle this, and that we traveled back with all 3 points.
It was a game of 2 penalties as well. What did you make of the 2 awards of the penalties first?
Yes, I didn't watch them back that carefully, but I think both scenes looked a bit clumsy. If I'm honest, at the penalty against us, we lost a bit unnecessary our ball, and then a great block within our box. I think it was Lucas Rupp, and this block deserved more or less anyhow that we went away without any goal. But then was a bit clumsy behavior, and we gave the bit unnecessary way the penalty, because it was not even a chance. More like their offensive players was more or less on the escape away from our goal, and we looked a bit clumsy in this situation. Thank God, it was not a goal. And on the other hand, I think it was also a deserved penalty, also a bit unnecessary, because Max was also a bit like on the run away from the box. I think both penalties were fair, and both penalties were really penalties. And thank God Timo kept his cool and was ice cold when this was finished, and was crucial, of course, today to use the situation against the side. It's so difficult to create chances against them. I got the feeling we had quite a few in the first half, and I think about the good situation, shooting position for Emi Buendia, same for Lucas Rupp. Then after a great assist for Emi Buendia, Markus Tiepermann was a good shooting position in the second half. Emi after a nice cross of, I think it was Przemysław Placheta. Got the feeling, we should have scored out of this at least in one situation, but if not, then you have to use this situation with the penalty, and we did, and defended everything quite concentrated for that big win for us.
And defended really well last 15 minutes when Middlesbrough poured men forward as well.
Yes, of course, it's a good side. They were unbeaten in 8, and they tried everything in order to change the game, but we didn't allow them to have many chances, not many finishes, and not really great chances. But it was difficult, because they played with many long balls and brought many offensive players in and tried everything. So I was pretty pleased with our reaction, and it was really then also a good game management in the last minutes. And like I mentioned before, to travel away here with a clean sheet win feels massive.
It's not often managers get the chance to praise referees, but it's a very good spot from the referee in terms of their penalty as well. It ricocheting off him twice on the way into the net.
Yes, I would prefer to say it was not a penalty against us, but I think it was so. It was due to our bit clumsy behavior, and the same also for them. So probably 2 unnecessary penalties, but definitely a foul, and I think it was definitely the right decision. And also I think the referee was here today. Last games we were mooning a bit about a few decisions. So in general, so I think the main decisions today in the game, he was right, and for that nothing to complain about.
And finally, the 3 points takes us a point clear at the top after 12 games. How pleasing is that?
Yeah, to be top of the league is always good for the mood, it's always good for the confidence, and also for the dressing room, but it's not important at the moment. So it's not important where you are in the table after 12 games, it's just important where you are after 46 games. What is important, that we are there with many points already. This is good. That leaves us definitely in a good position to build on, because sadly we also have many injuries at the moment, and also it didn't look great today with Jordan, so we have to wait a bit for the assessment. But it's also important that during this bit difficult times in terms of injuries, you collect many points, and this is important. So like I mentioned before, so good for the mood, good for the confidence to be top of the league, but even more important that we are there with a proper amount of points so far, and definitely a good position to build on.
Thank you very much.
Good. Thanks.